Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whenever you come across this video. Thank you so much for choosing to spend some time with me. Thank you so much. I love you guys. I'm so grateful for every single one of you. Hey, Amber. Good morning, my dear. Hey, Slip Pixie. Hey, Irene. Hey, Crystal. Hey, Kelly. How is everyone this morning? First treatment in your business place? Hey, Shelly. Thank you guys. I love you. Hey, Ryan. I'm doing great today. Thank you, Irene. Hey, Christina. Hey, Deborah. Hey, Brandy. Hey, Lisa. I hope everyone's doing well today. It is Wednesday, the last day of January, if you're coming across this on the day that it is being recorded. January 31st, 2024. This is a timeless channeling. If by chance you come at it later, you come across this later. Hey, let's just dive right in, shall we? So, I got a couple things coming through. Um, yeah. Shelly feeling a little low today. The energy, I didn't check the Schumann resonance. Um, but yeah, let's see. You guys are the best. I love y'all. Um, so, so the first, okay, let me get this out of the way first. So the Golden Gate Bridge, that might be significant, but I also feel that there's something that's either going to happen on, around, or to the Golden Gate Bridge. Okay, that's what I'm being told. Um, and usually I don't get a timeline, but I just heard 7 days. Okay, just I don't know. There's that. Okay, so I don't know if anyone like travels on that bridge often or something like that, but just be kind of like listen to your intuition. Like if you're, say you're supposed to be like traveling on that and and one day you feel guided to go a different way and it doesn't make any sense at all. Please listen to that. And this is more than just the Golden Gate Bridge, right? That's just in general. Always listen to that, but for real, because here's what's crazy about it is at first, uh, because I'm still really. Some days I feel like you guys believe in me more than I believe in me, and that's just me. That's just me. I know who I am, but you know what I'm saying? I still surprise myself sometimes. But yeah, in my third eye, I saw the bridge, and then I was like, what bridge is that? It looks so familiar. And then I heard the Golden Gate Bridge, and then I looked it up, and it was exactly what I saw in my third eye. So I was like, okay, I gotta let people know that. So again, I'm also feeling like something about like whoever that might be for, okay? Um, um, Thanks, Ryan. I'll always believe in me too, but I think sometimes I still surprise myself. Or I get surprised by, because anyways, we get it. So yeah, but there's also something about somebody losing their keys. Don't get frustrated because this is actually assisting you. I don't know if this is associated with the Golden Gate Bridge thing or if this is associated with something else, but somebody might misplace their keys. That happened on purpose. Okay, you're being protected here, and that's like something that happens all the time, but it's coming through big. So I don't know if I'm talking to somebody who might get like frustrated, like maybe you're maybe you're running really late and you're like afraid or something. Don't be afraid, okay? Like, this is actually, like, everything's gonna be okay. I don't know. I heard the word repercussions. So you might be worried about some sort of repercussions, like if you show up late, um, something. And, where is, I thought the Golden Gate Bridge was, where is that? I don't even, I thought it was in New York. Oh no, it is in San Francisco. Oh shit, guys. I thought it was in New York. See, that's how much I know. That's how much I know. I'm just listening to what I'm guided. So, yeah, so if I said anything about New York, ignore that. I was talking about the bridge. Okay, so, but maybe New York might be significant. I don't know. But yeah, so I don't know. Interesting. Okay, well, that just tells you how much I know. Anyways. Hey, Tink, glad you could make it. Okay, so a week from Sunday, 49ers huge event, Kansas City Chiefs. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, I know about the Super Bowl. I mean, and like, uh, okay. So, interesting. I wonder how that is tied in. You know what I mean? I wonder how that is associated. I don't know, but that's all they've given me. It's just um, the bridge, 7 days, and I don't know if it's like uh, what I really saw was the bridge like breaking down, like kind of going down, but I don't know if that's just like a metaphor or analogy or, but I feel like there's something significant. Okay, so I don't know. Just be careful. I really didn't want to say that because I really don't want to create fear. Like I just, you know how they always are talking to me in like analogies and things like that and metaphors and so I don't want to create fear, but just yeah. So um okay, moving on. I want to move on from that because I feel something like heavy here uh about that. I don't know. So I'm going to look at that later, okay? um all right. Um and if you guys want to know my opinion, it's all a show. Everything's a show. Okay, that's just me. Okay, moving on. So the other thing was kind of like, I feel like this was more of like the channel message. I feel like that was just kind of like a, hey, um, I don't know. So what I saw, okay, was, you know that, you may not know that TikTok trend, but so at first what I heard was, I want something that I want. Something that I tell myself I need. Something that I want. Okay, but that's like a TikTok trend. And that TikTok trend actually comes from a Melissa McCarthy movie where I can't remember the movie, but she was robbing a like a fast food place that actually she worked for, I believe. I believe she may have gotten fired from that place or something, But there's something about like because that trend, the trend is like where she, at the beginning she's like, I want something that I want, and then she's like, something that I tell myself okay, so she's like so it's kind of this energy where there's something like really serious at first. The movie's Tammy. It's like there's something serious at first, right? And then it's just like, hey, like, just I don't know where we're going with this. Like, I don't know. Where are we going with this? What are we talking about? Um, she's like, in the movie, okay, she's like coaxing these people through giving them what she wants. Do you see what I'm saying? She's like being really nice and like, I don't know, like, it, I feel like she even, there's something, oh, okay, she even like, gives like the like she takes some pies with her or something, like not only does she take money but she takes like some pies with her, right? And like she gives some pies to the why am I channeling this scene? I've seen this movie in forever. um I'm trying to remember, why was she robbing the place? Because I feel like that's the significant part of this, of why she was actually robbing the place. I feel like for some reason I feel like it was to like help somebody or something. I could be totally wrong, but that's what's coming to mind. Or her car broke down to pay back grandma. Okay. Okay. Road trip with grandma. So what is coming through about helping someone? Somebody might okay, I'm almost wondering if I'm picking up on like an ancestor energy here. Maybe even karma a little bit. I remember the schemo. I remember the schemo. Yeah, and they went to a bar, right? And like, anyways, but okay, so I think we're gonna, though, it's not about the whole movie. Like, I feel like there's a point here. There's something, and it has to do with somebody's, like, somebody doing something that I feel like they don't really want to do, or like like, I don't know why I'm picking up on this, like, possibly, like, I don't know if it's like somebody like in the spirit here, okay, that's like serving somebody some type of karma. Okay, and they're kind of showing up like, yeah, I want something that I want, right? But they're like, just give me all the things, right? I'm just here. So I'm almost wondering if whoever this person is, that maybe receiving this karma is kind of like expecting it and just kind of like handing it over, like, you know what I mean? And they're like, okay, well, you were cooperative, so here's a pie. Like, I don't, that's really interesting. That's really interesting. Y'all, what the fuck? Okay, literally could also be a situation where, I don't know, maybe somebody is attempting to actually like rob someone, okay? Could be like spiritually, could be trying to rob somebody spiritually, right? And they could be showing up in a way of, almost in a way of like, making you feel like you still have something, right? By giving the pie, like, or something. There's something about, there's like, it feels like manipulation a little bit, to be honest with you, right? Like, I'm kind of blending. What's the movie with her also where she is traveling with that guy? I don't know why I'm picking up on that movie too. Oh, she stole his identity. And he goes and finds her and brings her back. Okay. Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. Collective. Somebody could have come in and like manipulated their way or like took something from you here. Okay? And there's this and it's almost like I don't know if like your ancestors or somebody is like hunting this person down or they already did this, right? And if you remember, like, why am I in her energy? She's hilarious. Love her. I think it's interesting that we're picking up on like two movies with her in it. And the Golden Gate Bridge. What an interesting day, you guys. What an interesting day. This is new stuff, though. This is new stuff. I'm glad. I love it. Well, it feels new. Kind of not new. Sounds dramatic a little bit, but I'm rambling again, folks. Okay. So, at the end of that movie where she had stolen that person's identity, right? She turned herself in or something. Okay. So somebody that I feel like, again, it could be that thing, right? I said at the beginning where somebody was like expecting karma. And so they're just kind of like, here, take it. What do you want? I know I fucked up. Okay. Like I'm getting goosebumps as I say that. Somebody is expecting this. Somebody knows what they've done. Somebody, and so it's almost this energy of like, just take me in. You know what I mean? And I don't, it's almost like during the process, this person like, now I'm thinking of the Grinch and their heart grew like 3 sizes or something. That's weird. Anyways, well, it's not weird, but it's like, um, so I'm hearing something's being returned. Something's being returned because of this, because Like I feel like whoever this is, they've literally just been like waiting on this to happen. Um, I heard because they knew better. They knew better. But I don't think that they expected you, collective, to morning Braveheart. Hey Jet. Um, yeah, they did. I don't think they didn't, just like in that movie, like she didn't ever expect him to come find her, right? She's just like living this life, and she did something that caused for him to like he was going to be arrested, right? Like he was going to go to jail here. And she did not expect him to like come hunt her down to make it right. Okay, so there's something about like you're not collective. I'm picking up on an energy where I feel like at this point in your life, okay, or on this journey, you're like, man, I've come far too, like I've come way too far to just like lay over like a dog and allow whatever, and allow somebody else, to put me in a position. Okay, so yeah, and now they're showing me, like during the whole process, right, of him bringing her back, right? There's times where she's running, there's times where she's like, doing the most. But then what changes is like I don't remember what changes. I think that I think that his family shows her some sort of like compassion or kindness. Oh, collective. Now we're getting down to the root of it. Okay. So somebody wanted to take something from you. Okay. They didn't think that you would fight for it. They also didn't realize that like you're just this like kind, like you really are like a true earth angel. That your intentions are truly good, and that you're compassionate, and that you care, and that you do care about others. You know what I'm saying? And they're learning this, and it's almost like first of all, you're like mirroring some things to whomever this is or whatever this is, right? It could just be an energy, an entity, it could be a person. Take it as it resonates. Um, but it's like collective, you are showing people I'm hearing like what it's like to do it the right way, what it means to do it the right way, whatever it is. I don't know what you're doing, probably like healing and aligning and maybe being in service or something, but you're doing something like the quote unquote right way, like the I'm hearing like the righteous way. You know what I mean? Like you're no shortcuts. There's no, and I'm really drawn to this card here, and it's the tender-hearted card. That's what I'm saying. It's like, yeah, somebody didn't think that you would fight for whatever, and then they didn't realize your heart. They didn't see your heart, right? I don't know. I heard something like I just thought you were like everybody else. And so I feel like once this person realized that, that like you were an earth angel here, that's when they're just like, take it. I'm going to turn myself in. I get it. I fucked up. I'm going to learn from that. You know what I mean? And this could be again, they're reminding me here too, okay, where man, we're picking up on this energy even without the cards, bitches. They're reminding me in that movie, okay? um that um Melissa McCarthy, like in the one where she stole that guy's identity. I don't remember what that one's called. You guys probably put it up here and I just missed it. But um, she had done it to a lot of people, right? It wasn't her first rodeo, okay? Like she had done it to a lot of people. But it was this one guy. You know what I mean? It was this one guy that she that fought for he's like, fuck, I got a family, I got a wife, and I'm supposed, there's a warrant out for his arrest, I think, is what it came down to. He's like, no, that wasn't me. You know what I mean? I feel like his name was Sandy, if I'm remembering right. That name is coming through very strongly, because I remember thinking, man, that's, what a name for, cool. Not, anyways, so, yeah, okay, moving forward. So where are we going with this? Basically, what they're saying is I feel like, collective, you may be getting a return on whatever was attempted to be taken from you, because I feel like either somebody is turning themselves in, or basically they've been waiting on this. They've been waiting on karma to like show up, and they're just kind of like, okay, you know. I also feel like possibly some of you have an ancestor, okay, or multiple, and they really don't fuck around. And here's why. It's because this ascension on your bloodline is so important. Like, it is so important to your ancestors and to the divine that your bloodline makes it into this like new earth. Like you're going to, but it's like makes it into this new earth. Something about being like one of the original, was it the original 13? Um, or no, 12 tribes? Um, 12. You're saying 12. But there's also something about 13. Um, Thanks, Jet. Appreciate you. Hey, Dan. Um, okay. Moving forward. Yeah, so collective, I feel like this week, or the beginning of February, I feel like you're going to be getting a lot of stuff back that was taken from you. And it may not even be like in the physical. I feel like it could literally be like love. It could be your spiritual gifts. It could be like I'm really feeling like these are things that and honestly, like nobody can really take it, but I feel like there was some sort of manipulation involved to like siphon your energy or like almost like I don't know how that works. I don't know how that works. I mean, I guess you would just. Does anybody know how that works? I don't really care. But somebody was. I feel like they were siphoning your energy, um, and like something about your third eye and something also about your sacral chakra. So like your um but the thing is like they forgot about the crown, I'm hearing. Oh. They forgot about the crown chakra. I heard they're messy. Yeah, they're messy. They forgot about the crown chakra. And that's where you continue to receive, like, so maybe they were blocking your third eye, right? But they weren't blocking your crown, and so you were still receiving messages, from the divine, from your higher self through the crown. So um huh, probably for sure, Skylar. So but anyway, so um like I feel no, I'm gonna quit saying I feel like, because I think that creates doubt in myself. I don't feel like. What they're saying is, okay, this these cords are being cut, okay? I almost feel like, again, this person could actually be cutting them themselves, okay? Like as in like turning themselves in or something. Um I heard somebody is going to repent. Okay, somebody will be repenting. Somebody did not know your connection, who was behind you. They did not know who you were on this earth. Okay, they didn't. They just leaned on their own understanding, and we all know better than to do that. So collective, I feel like, and when I looked up, it was 3334 on the timer. So 333 might be really significant, but you might be getting lots of, with this cord cutting here. Like this is definitely calling back in like your. I'm feeling a lot in my third eye, like a lot. So yeah, so some of you may have really been being blocked or like manipulated or something. And this could have totally been like somebody keeping you in a space of like overindulgence or overthinking or sadness or like, you know, um, something here. But either they've reached a point to where, because for some of you, they don't really want to turn themselves in, but they've reached a point to where they're so weak, okay, that they have to. Like they literally don't have it in them to keep going unless if they stop this. Like I heard deathbed. I don't know. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. um that's a relentless person probably. And this could definitely be an energy that again is probably one. Now they're showing me actually this movie that Michael and I watched last night, and it's called How to Train Your Dragons 2. Lakita, you're amazing. Thank you. um and in that movie, mm, it's called How to Train Your Dragons 2. So in that so the first movie, right, there's this like they're Vikings is who they are, and they um there's also dragons, and the Vikings and the dragons are fighting in the movie, right? Like in the beginning. But the son of like the I don't know that he's called the king in the Vikings, but like the son of like the you know the leader of the Vikings, okay? Like I forget what they called him, but it wasn't king. I don't believe that. But so there was this one dragon that nobody ever could catch or kill or anything, and it was called a night fury. And the son was kind of not the typical Viking. Okay, he was really small. He was kind of um, clumsy, and so they kept him actually in the shop where they like would make the weapons for all the other Vikings to go kill these dragons, right? Well, one night he sees a night fury, and he's like, I'm gonna go kill that thing, and this is gonna make me anyway. So he catches it, okay? He catches it and he injures it. And he finds it the next day, and he cannot bring it to himself. Like he cannot bring himself to actually hurt this dragon, right? So then he injures the dragon. He ends up like, helping the dragon, teaching him how to fly again, all these things, okay? And by the end of the movie, the whole town, he's got the whole community loving dragons, okay? So this one boy brought together dragons and Vikings. Now they work together, okay? But now in the second movie, okay, they're bringing me the second movie where there is the boy now the whole colony or whatever is like, they're having fun with the dragons, they whatever. They hear about but this boy's like, exploring or whatever, learning the land. Oh, okay. And he hears about somebody who is wanting to like take control of all the dragons, right? Wanting to come towards them with some sort of war here. But what they're showing me is at the very end of the movie, um, when it looked like all was lost, like literally, it looked like all was lost, like because there's these two alpha dragons and the alphas, right? All the other dragons listen to the alpha dragons. That's it. They do. Okay, and there was a good alpha and there was a bad alpha, and the bad alpha during a battle, during a war, when they had all come together, actually did kill the good alpha, right? And so, good, bad, light, dark, whatever, pick your side, okay? Which, and even the quote unquote bad alpha was under control of somebody else, right? So, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, um, it looked like all was lost, but it was in the moments where the boy was able to remind his dragon, right? That night terror. Like it was almost like he was able to like snap him out of it. Um, and then this tiny night terror, okay, or whatever it's called, like it's tiny. It goes up against this ginormous alpha, okay, and becomes the alpha. But there's also something significant because that boy went and he was going to try to talk the guy that wanted the war out of it, okay? And his dad tried to tell him, don't do that, okay? This man kills for no reason. You cannot reason with somebody like that. Okay, and actually that boy lost his father during that fight. His intentions were good, right? But he went, his dad said no. It's the whole thing. But so there's something significant about and he didn't want the war to come to them, right? He wanted to meet it out there. I don't know why we're talking about this, but the most significant part is, so somebody may have lost a father recently. Maybe that's what it is. My condolences. Okay. That could also be significant about somebody else. Okay. Like maybe somebody, okay, that possibly lost a father. I don't know why I'm feeling like it's like this father was trying to protect whoever it was, and they lost their life. So I'm terribly sorry for your loss. But yeah, collective, I feel like this message is about you, like I heard beating the statistics, okay? But also, and just take it as it resonates, right? Like it's like you are this very rare, and that was another thing, is like the night terror or the night fury. I don't know why I always call it the night terror. Michael's always like, it's night fury bomb. Just call him Toothless. That's his name. I said, okay. um, but, he's really rare. Okay, and he was damaged, but he was very, and as he continued to go through these battles, right, he got stronger and stronger, and he was so playful and so, I don't know, he kind of reminds me of Maui energy a little bit, of just, that innocent little, but he went up against a dragon that was like, I want to say like 100 times his size, and defeated it. And I feel like, collective, if I feel like this is where you're at. Okay? I feel like Now, part of me wants to say that I feel like some of you went out and found a war, okay, but you're going to win. But others of you, I don't think you found it. I think it just came, you know what I mean? And it's just a spiritual warfare that you're going through in order to become the night fury that you are supposed to be, okay? So maybe some of you might be like really like night owls, okay? Um, But yeah, and in those movies, I gotta tell you, for a kids movie, there was a lot of times where I was like, oh my God, what is happening? You know what I mean? Like, it was intense. I don't, I was feeling all the feels. Okay? And it was like this up and down, and there looked like times where, like, they're Toothless and Hiccup were gonna die, and it was over for them, and just like any movie, right? Just like any movie, and just like any other movie, typically at the end they're victorious, but there's something very significant about it, um, because I think it has to do with the fact that the original belief system was that dragons were bad and evil and they were just here to hurt, right? And then this little boy made friends with dragons. Okay? And then it kind of evolved. Do you see what I'm saying? So, collective, you are changing belief systems of others, you are changing the game. Your your ability to, I almost want to say your curiosity, or curiosity kills the cat. Not always. Not always. Uh, because the cat has 9 lives. No. um, but your like it's like your curiosity or your heart is what it is, right? Because if we remember, right, it's like the the boy, he just couldn't bring himself to actually kill the dragon. And also, they're reminding me that in the second movie, because when he was a baby, his mom had gotten carried away by a dragon. Okay. But in the second movie, he actually finds his mother, who is alive, living with the good alpha dragon, like training all of these dragons. And he is like, has this like discovery. It's like, this is why I couldn't kill a dragon. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my gosh. Like, you know, um, so I feel like February or just over the next couple weeks, collective, I definitely feel like a lot of things are being returned to you, okay? That because you fought for them, okay? Because you didn't just let it go. And that's the thing, is like you actually, like you didn't just like lay over, right? You didn't play the victim. You continue to stay grateful. And so these things are being returned. And there's something about helping people change their beliefs because of this victory. It's like you're changing, you're bringing people together. It's like removing some sort of division that society has created because of somebody's fear along the way. Collective. That's what this message is about. Is you are in some sort of way helping to remove division. Because in a time like right now, that's the last thing that we need. So I am almost wondering if there is like a spiritual quote unquote like alpha dragon, okay, but it has like is like controlling people in a when I saw the way that it was like it reminded me of the devil, to be honest with you, or like that negative, dark, low vibing energy, like devilish energy, dark energy, where like literally it would just like suddenly all the dragon's eyes would go really thin, right? And they'd get really mean. All this dragon had to do was just kind of like put that intention, get control of them, okay? And there's something about some sort of entity or something that has been um, controlling the dark collective. I feel like you are. It's like once you remove the entity that's controlling all of this other energy, right? And I feel like that's what you're doing. It's almost like, again, it's like bringing two very different whatevers together. It's also helping people release themselves from those darker energies and entities by okay, so take it by also defeating that negative or gaining control of that darker alpha that is within you. So, these dragons that I'm speaking of could literally be like your own personal demons that are that have been controlled by negative thoughts and low vibing opinions and perceptions of self. And it's almost like collective, you may be defeating some sort of negative energy within you that's actually like really helping you to make good with all of your dragons or your demons, if you will. Acceptance. I love it. Yeah, there's three of them, guys. I haven't watched the third one yet, but watch the first one, then the second one. Uh, they're good movies. They're kids' movies, but they're good movies, and you can really learn some shit from them. Uh, but yeah, collective. I hope this resonates. The third one's good. We're gonna watch that one today, probably. So, all right, guys. You cried. I almost cried in the second one, so I'm sure I'll cry in the third one. I love you. It's my pleasure, Davinia. Honestly, I feel grateful every single day that I get to show up for you guys. Like, I wished for this at one point, to be where I am now. Um, and for me to be anything less than grateful would be silly. But I think a lot of people get in that energy sometimes, and I feel like there could have been a few days where I was like, what have I done? But, you know, um, no, I love it. It's not really scary anymore. Used to be scary. Honestly, all of your acceptance really has made it less scary. Sometimes I get scared of saying the wrong thing because I never want to offend anyone or hurt anyone's feelings or but then I remember that I'm channeling and so I trust that the divine has my back. And I know that I can't make everyone happy, and that's also something else that's important to always remember. You know, but I keep going because I want you guys to see, when I started this channel, y'all want to know where I was when I started this channel? Let me tell you. Let me mother lickin' tell you where I was when I started this channel. It was 2017. I was 2017, fresh out of divorce, fucking rock bottom. Um, had just started my awakening, right? And so I just had found, I'd heard of readings and stuff before, and actually, a few years before that, my aunt had brought me a deck of cards um, that actually had something attached to them. And I believe that that was done on purpose to make me afraid of what I'm really supposed to be doing or who I'm really supposed to be. But so in the beginning, when I had gotten back into it, when I started going through this awakening, I was a little scared. I was a little scared because I like literally had a really bad experience with that first deck because there was something attached to it. Um, so, anyways, 2017, living at, my ex-husband and I, when we moved over to Indiana from Illinois, we moved into the house next door to my dad's house. Don't ever live next to your in-laws or your parents when you are married, unless if you've been married for a long time. Okay? Don't do it! No, that wasn't, that was just one thing. So, but anyways, um, so my ex-husband, I'd gotten him out of the house. That took some, it was not a civil thing, our separation. It was not. It was not. So, living next door in that house, okay, I had this I was working at a restaurant, doing restaurant management, but I can't remember why I left for a little bit. I left for a little bit and I found this job, or I didn't find it. It was actually a job that I had previously worked for. Hired me back on. I was able to work from home, but they didn't pay. Like I was making literally $10 an hour as a single mom. It was so bad. And so I ended up going back to the restaurant business. Okay. Um, and then left again and then ended up moving in with my mom. This is all when I started the channel. So you can just imagine, right? I had nothing. I had nothing. I nothing. And I remember in that job where I was when I was still living next to my dad, where I was working at home, I remember making a wish that I wanted to have a job where I worked at home, but that I made, you know, uh, plenty of money to where I would be financially free and then I could be the present mom um, that I really want to be. And ta-da! So, yeah. Um, all of this whole thing started for my kids. It didn't even, a little bit for me, but really it was just because, like, I knew my kids deserved so much more from me and from the world. And they weren't going to be able to receive it from the world unless if I learned myself that I deserved it and also was able to teach them that they deserved it as well. And again, it's not, attaching ourselves to worldly things at all, but it's also about, knowing our worth. So, and I am not a perfect mom. And that's something I'm still working on. And clearly forgiving myself for some things. So I'm not going to get too much into it, but I do know one thing, that they are literally my inspiration for everything. So, I'm trying. I had my very unhealed days where I was just not, I wasn't a priority for me, and they weren't a priority for me sometimes. And it wasn't intentional. It wasn't intentional. I was being the parent that I saw when I was a child, And I just had this moment where I was like, oh, hell fucking no. you know? and, and that was, 2017, and I'm still working on it. So, anyways, sorry about that. Whew. Thanks, guys. Good tears. They're not bad tears. It's a good release, always releasing. But okay, guys. Well, what a message. And also, I'm sorry that I went off on that tangent. Oh, I did all that to show you, like, look at where I am. What was it, like 6-7 years ago? I was in rock bottom, and the thing is, guys, is like the energy is moving so quickly, and I at that time had no idea about, like, as within so without, so I didn't know really the inner work, right? Like, I knew I was consciously learning all of these things, but I didn't know about removing the trauma, right? And that's where really things started to change for me. So I said all that to say that if I can do it, you can fucking do it. Whatever you want. Literally. So, I love you guys. I love you so much. I hope you have the best day. And we'll see. We'll see you next time. We'll see you sometime soon, I'm sure. There'll probably be a Patreon, or maybe I'll be back on later, or who knows? I'm just gonna flow with the day. I love you. We'll talk soon.